G'day, it's Rob here again. Well, over the years I've done YouTube, I've got a lot of comments from people and I've answered a lot of questions. And just recently I had one from a person who had a test indicator, like that, well, similar. It didn't have a rotating bezel, so you couldn't actually rotate the display, the dial, the clock face. And he wanted to know, how can I zero that? How can I zero that if I can't move the clock face? And I thought to myself, well, if you've got a half decent mag base, there should be a zeroing function built into the actual mag base arm. Now we've got two mag bases here, a big one and a little one. The little one gets the most use by far. I rarely use the big one because it's just so big and clunky, and I have small lathes. So this is much better on a small lathe. You can get into the tiniest of areas with it. And even though these are cheap, they're very cheap, and they don't have a switch on mag base, but that doesn't matter. They work just as well. Whether they're switchable or not doesn't mean diddly as far as I'm concerned. This is one of the best mag bases you can get for this sort of work. So, what's the feature the guy's missing? Well, obviously his mag base does not have fine adjustment capability built in. Both of these do. And it doesn't matter who makes the mag bases. They can be top brand name units. They don't all have the same design and the same capabilities. These two are long-standing basic units, and they both have a fine adjustment capability. So where is it? Well, here it is here. This is the fine adjuster, and that, by screwing that little screw, so you move the orientation of the head up and down. I mean, you do your basic preliminary adjustment with the movable arms and sections, but then when you get it onto the actual job, in contact with the job, with the probe or the tip, you then use your fine adjuster. So that's where it is on that one. And this is where it is on this one. So once again, it's a sort of a flexible coupling. There's still got some rigidity in it the way it's designed, and you just turn the knob and that moves your clock, or moves the arm, the section of the arm, up or down, and so your clock is going to go up and down with it. What could be simpler? So, you know, I mean, it got me a bit because I thought, well, surely Blind Freddy could work out that you have to have this feature in a decent mag base, otherwise it's going to be difficult to use. Not all of these clocks have movable dials, you know, faces, and even then, I mean, you know, as soon as you touch that clock, you're going to get shake and shimmy, whereas if you use the adjuster here, you can get it right on the money and without any effort whatsoever. Okay, I'll show you how I would use it anyway. So here's a typical situation. We're going to take a reading off of here. We've got our little unit, stick it wherever it's going to be practical. Get your probe parallel to the surface. Move your arm how you want to use it. Bring it in, and well, in this case we'll just, now these tips are movable. You can vary the angle up and down. So we'll bring it in. We've got it on the job. That's about right. Now, if we look at the clock, we can see that the dial is well, the 0 point is here, so you could move that. You can see how it's shaking the needle as you move it, but it's still, the needle's still, even in the position you want to get the 0, the needle's still in the wrong spot. So we go over here to our adjuster and we just turn it. No shake. We'll have to just give it a bit more pressure. Okay, now we come back. And there we are, we're right on the money. So that's what that adjuster is for, and that's why you need it. And if you buy a mag base and it hasn't got one of those, well, you're seriously missing out. And a lot of these trendy looking ones, the hydraulic ones, don't have a micro adjuster. So be warned and look closely before you buy one. Okay, I'll get the big mag base now, and we'll do the same with that. Okay, now we'll do it with the bigger mag base with the dial indicator. Get it in position, and then you can either move your clock face around to the position, but we don't really want it there, we want it vertical. So then we use our fine adjuster. There we are. That's what it's all about, guys. So anyway, this is a short video to give you a heads up on this. You know, if you're going to buy a mag base, if you're using test and dial indicators, make sure it's got this capability, because if it hasn't, well, it's going to be a pain in the butt. All right, so thanks for watching, and I hope you got something out of this. Quite often the most obvious things fly under the radar with people. So okay, that's it from me. I'll see you next time. Cheers.